George Washington's first female spy during the Revolution. They called her Agent 355 because they didn't want the world to know her real name.
I was excited by kind of the rebellious nature of it. I was excited by making a film that I didn't feel, we had a lot of or any of, taking women in espionage very seriously, and especially on an ensemble of women. And then I liked the idea of the actresses being the owners of the film and creating the script from the development to the characters. The person in charge would be the artists, and especially the actresses. We're in an industry that I felt like for so long has devalued actresses. I liked the idea of making them the ones in charge.
We have a common enemy.
They can start World War III from simple reach of their keyboard.
So we need to join forces.
It really was like a dream list of who I wanted to work with in terms of, who I just adored and was inspired by in their work, but then also who I just loved being around.
What about your action sequences? I mean, they were quite intense, a lot of fun to watch, but for you, how easy or difficult were those sequences?
For me, it was a very special time. I had just had a baby, and so this was my first movie back. My daughter was 6 months. So it was a little daunting for me to imagine being ready for something like this. And the first week was a little deflating, I just feeling like I'm just not there physically yet. And I felt like I was too weak and my body wasn't really responding. And then it became so empowering, each week would pass and I was able to kick higher, be stronger, lift heavier. I just felt like my body was snapping back.
Simon and Jessica were always talking a lot about the Jason Bourne movies as sort of an idea for us to keep in the back of our minds, because the action in those films was very real in a lot of ways. And I think if this is your job, if this is, you're in the line of fire to this extent, you probably have to know how to defend yourself with anything. I just hadn't done a movie of this kind of caliber and genre before. I mean, I obviously have history with action and so on, but not to this degree. And I hadn't really been a part of a project that was so inviting and embracing as this one was, towards really kind of contributing to the character and the evolution of that character as we shot, which is how a lot of this movie was made, essentially. It started out with an idea that Jessica and Simon had, and then everybody kind of came in and they just kept building and building on this idea of the 355, the first female agent known of. And then we ended up with an interesting story that I think kind of gives the genre another spin.
We're the 355.
From our TV Asia fans, we know that you've been to India. It's been a few years, but is there a favorite moment or time that you can recollect while you were there?
I loved visiting the Taj Mahal. I found it so beautiful and so inspiring, and of course I love the food in India. I think Indian food is just like some of my favorite. I love the spices and the smells. I love the people. I love the light in India. I love the open, smiling faces. It's a very, very special place to be and to visit, and I'm always, hoping to go back. I was at the Marrakesh Film Festival, and Shahrukh Khan came one night, and it's just wonderful whenever I get a chance to meet artists or to visit the country, and I hope to go back again.